The following has been paid for by the Penn's World Order. The following video is done in memory of Angie Scudder. All right, WWE Night of Champions happened. So I'm here. Cocktails being served. Fireworks gone off yet? Revolution happened yet? No. Good. So Night of Champions happened, and it was a time to be had. Everyone, seems like everybody got in, got out, mostly got on with life. The IWC is moving on to the next thing they're going to get upset about, and well, we got a show to talk about. The summer of wrestling moves on because, well, as I keep saying, hockey's going to run out in the next week or two. So I need something to do to pass the time over the summer. So let's get into it. First off, yes, I know there was a lot of politics in wrestling over the weekend. I'm well aware of that. And I will say some things about the show, but also say some things about the IWC as also. But anyway, don't care. Let's get into this. First off, so you were looking live at React, where it was really hot and sweaty, and we did a SmackDown over there, and CM Punk did his final promo against John Cena. He was the doctor of Punkonomics. I gotta give credit to Punk, who came out dressed as John Cena wearing a throwback Chicago Cubs jersey. Went with the light blue. Very nice. Although it's really hard for him to cut a Thugonomics promo when he has a great big Motorola ad facing right into the hard cam. Anyway, let's get into the actual show. We kicked off with Cody Rhodes versus Randall Keith Orton. Hot way to open up the show, lads. And boy, do these two have really good chemistry together. Match of the night, of my opinion. We started at the top with this, and we didn't really go downhill from here, but boy, do these two did so well together, and Randy Orton put on his working boots for this match. Selling his lower back, the announcers played up his lower back injury that kept him out for a year. The two had history and legacy together, and they just did really great. They did really good work. The finish was never really in doubt. Randy Orton hesitating on the punt and uses a distraction to undo the padding on the corner turnbuckle. But as OSW Review has said, he who does it ends up taking it. Cody shoves Orton nipple first right into the padding and right into a crossroads. Boom! 1, 2, 3. And thus endeth King of the Ring, your 2025 King of the Ring winner, Cody Rhodes. Anyway, by the way, gotta credit Adam Blampier, who someone said we are now in the Attitude Era. That is a delicious amount of wordplay, and I love it. Back to the action. Cody cuts an after match promo, says, at SummerSlam, I am getting the ball back. Only for Michael Cole to say, and those are the words of our quarterback. Sure. Anyway, match was great. I would love to get these two for the WWE title down the line. They have amazing chemistry together. Give me 2 more matches of these, please, and thank you. Cody's going to go on to SummerSlam. He's going to face John Cena. Well, you all know. I don't care. You all know where this is going. Anyway, he's going on to SummerSlam. We'll see you Sunday night at MetLife. There, Cody. Hint, bring ice. No, I meant the cubes. I meant it's a bit of a... Next! Up next was Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. God bless the WWE for trying to make us care about this match. I listened to the majority of this show via an earpiece in the jockey wagon. The WWE were really trying to make us believe this is years in the making storytelling that these two had a rivalry and really don't like each other and blah, 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 yakety schmackety. I mean, they went out there and tried, and they were dressed in black lame. God, with as hot as it was over there, I got hot, the bad kind, watching these two going at it safely in between moves. Yeah, they went at it. By the way, WWE, can we please with the stop inserting thing here and calling it street fight? Can we please stop with the Sin City street fight, the Chicago street fight, the Steel City street fight, the Screw City street fight, the San Francisco street fight, the Riyadh Boulevard street fight? Just call it a street fight. And you don't need to have the ring announcer tell us, in a street fight, there is no DQ, no disqual. We get it. We get the concept. I'm just stalling so that way Rhea won. Roxanne Perez tried to do a thing, got caught. She was dressed in black lame as well, and Rhea won with a top rope riptide, balancing a table on the top corner there. Good job on the ref for holding it steady, or else that could have gone very ugly very quickly. Rhea wins, and let's have him move on to Evolution. There was talk that it was going to be Raquel and Liv versus Brie and Rhea. And by the way, sorry, got distracted. You could say their team name could have been This Is My Brutality or Team Brutality. But it looks like we're heading toward Rhea and Io at Evolution. Up next was Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Welcome back to a PLE, Karrion Kross. We missed you. And his beautiful hair and amazing entrance. Man, I keep forgetting how much I love Karrion Kross's entrance, though it sucks that Scarlett doesn't lip sync the entire thing anymore, but she does get in the ring and lip sync Fall and Pray. And that last part where she steps out of the way and Karrion just steps out and roars while bathed in red lighting. That's the kind of theatrics I love in a wrestler. And out came Sami Zayn, Palestine flag on his trunks, nothing wrong on his pants, nothing wrong with that, dressed up in garb, crazy over, absolutely crazy over. I love hearing his song and people belting out his song, and then the freaking ring announcer has to start talking in the middle of the song. You don't interrupt Sami Zayn's music. Ever. It's like Homer Simpson telling Lisa Simpson, Lisa, don't you ever stop playing a jug in the middle of a hoedown. Just you don't. Anyway, the match between these two was good. Was a good match. Karrion being slow, methodical, and painful. A lot of power moves and doing holds to beat an opponent down. Sami being the plucky underdog that he is. I didn't expect too much out of this match, nor did I expect Karrion to win. Spoiler, he didn't. I do like the little bit of theater in the corner, him yelling at Sami, admit I was telling you the truth. Admit I was telling you the truth. Rears back, one more clothesline, bam! Helluva kick right to the head. Boot to the head. Yeah. Boot to the head. Yeah. And Sami Zayn wins. Nothing wrong with that. I do like how Karrion gets some pay-per-view time. Sami ties up this little thread. And this is fine. Although, this off of Corey Brienne from Fightful. A bit of an exchange between Wade and Michael Cole. By the way, Wade Barrett is low-key much better than Pat McAfee. Yeah, I said it. Wade questions Cole, believing Kross is crazy. Says thousands of people around the world supporting him. Michael Cole. There's plenty of psychos over the years who've had millions of people following them. Doesn't mean they're right. Wade, okay, you make a good point. Throwing in a little close there, Michael Cole. Throwing a little inside heat, aren't we? That's from Corey Brennan on Fightful.com, a tweet that he made. Anyway, up next was the U.S. Championship match, Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. I stopped watching the show at this point because of personal reasons. So if I'm not as in-depth about this as the other two matches, I was dealing with with something at that point. So anyway, Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. Yeah, this match was good. It sort of played out like a lot of us would thought. Nice back and forth between Jacob and Solo until the reinforcements come in. We had JC Mateo distracting, and out comes Tongaloa. Welcome back, buddy boy. Tonga, we missed you. So he tries to run interference on Jacob Fatu, and nope, Jacob still kicks out. Why? Because he's Jacob frickin' Fatu, that's why. But before Jacob can get the pin on Solo, he gets yoinked out of the ring by Hikaru, Hikaru, a big lad at 6'8", who is he Ming's son? Certainly looks like it. Is he Haku's son? Certainly looks like it. He's got the hair for it. Just choke slams Fatu while yelling at him, you wanted this? Is this what you wanted? Boom! Through the table, back in the ring. Solo, Samoan Spike, though he just could have pinned him. Samoan Spike, 1, 2, 3, and Solo Sikoa wins and is the new U.S. champion. I think this is the only match that I got wrong because I called this as a no contest. I don't mind Solo winning this. It does make sense. He's been doing great heel work. He's been finding himself. One could argue him losing to Roman has actually done more good than harm. That he's coming into his own as his last new bloodline stuff, and he's got his own crew now with JC Mateo, Tonga, and Nicola, and all that stuff. Methinks we could be getting a new bloodline versus Jacob Fatu's squad at War Games if we're going to milk this for all it's worth. You take Solo, the two, Tama and Tonga, and the new lad that's put in. Maybe add a returning Drew McIntyre for good measure. Get my boy back on the roster. And then Jacob can call the Usos in. Maybe get Sami Zayn involved in all this, possibly. And then your OTC, the Tribal Chief, comes back for this. And it all sets up Hack Theory booking. Hack Theory. This all sets up for a win. As Jacob and Roman argue over who gets the pinfall. Jacob gets it, doesn't acknowledge Roman, and it just eats away at Roman throughout the winner. Jacob eliminates Roman at the Royal Rumble, but doesn't win. Roman's had enough of him, and we get Jacob versus Roman at WrestleMania 42 in Vegas. Not sure a main event, but give those two 20 minutes and have them tear down the frickin' house. It's all part of the plan. Anyway, I got ahead of myself. Solo wins. Fine. Poor Solo. Jacob's going to murder him. Murder him where Jimmy Hoffa's buried. Next. And up next, it's main event o'clock. No, I was wrong. No, I didn't cut. No. It's the Queen of the Ring finals. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's not main event o'clock. It's actually 11 o'clock as Asuka took on Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill dressed up as Storm for this. Cool. And Asuka, the Dark Lord and the former Dark Lord and Savior of all of our hearts, came out in her Psycho Clown makeup. And, I wonder who's winning this match. A blind man could have known who was going to win this. Jade won. Looked pretty good. Won with Jaded. I caught some highlights of this match. fine between these two. I don't think Jade has the best chemistry for the Joshi style that Asuka was doing in this, but Jade won. So we'll see you at SummerSlam there, Jade. We're going to get Jade and Tiffy, aren't we? With Naomi waiting in the wings, and then waiting in the rafters is a Bianca Belair. We're going to get some good women's theatrics, lads. Gonna be good stuff. Next, now, it's main event o'clock, everyone, as it's CM Punk versus John Cena. Oh boy, did CM Punk have a weekend. Okay, let's eat our vegetables. Okay, everyone? Yes, it is hypocritical of what, Punk's anti-establishment stuff, and now he's going to Saudi. He apologized for his tweets about The Miz. Has led to mixed results. We get, like I said, Punk imitating Cena's Dr. Thugonomics. I think this whole feud's been booked wrong. That I think Cena should have challenged Punk at Saudi and then was been like, but you're coming to Saudi. Aren't you the person that said you'll never work Saudi Arabia? How many shows have you worked since came back? Oh, none. But now you're gonna go there if you want to face me. Face me. Hey, Punk, look at this tweet, huh? I thought you said you never were gonna go to Saudi, but now you are. Ha 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 ha. So I think this was just done wrong. Really wrong. And then Punk coming out in the kickoff saying, I apologize to everyone. I apologize to you, random fan. I'm sorry. I was cranky when I made that tweet. And I woke up and I was cranky and I shouldn't have wrote that. Why are we doing this? What? I just want the wrestling. Anyway, the match between these two was really good. Why is Saudi Arabia getting this? The match of these two were pretty good. They do have great chemistry together. It was 10 minutes of slow and plodding, and then somebody turn up the main event. We're going to push the lever all the way up to main event. Good, great, goofy, and let's go off to the races. Out comes a shoulder block, takes out a ref, GTS on Cena. Punk motions for another ref, and here comes Seth Rollins. I got a briefcase. La, 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 la. I got a briefcase. So he sends his boys. He sends the Brawns to go in and beat up John Cena and CM Punk, and they has fight. Down comes Charles Robinson to play off the Money in the Bank, and then boom, John Cena intercepts him. And me being a hockey fan, that's a clean shoulder-on-shoulder check. Keep playing. No penalty on the play. Keep playing. By the way, Charles Robinson is 61 years old and took that bump. But Punk's getting really beat up. Who's going to come and save him? Who's going to save the day? Won't anybody help us? Who's coming to save CM Punk? It's Penta. Penta? Penta's coming to save CM Punk? Penta? It's like Hansel from Looney Tunes. Hansel? And Penta does his surfboard walk the whole way down. I'm coming to save you after I do my dance and walk. Hurry it up! You guys getting beaten up. He goes down, takes out Braun. Sure, then out comes Sami Zayn. Okay, that makes sense. Comes down to even up the odds. I think that's everybody has fight. Clears out the ring. Seth Rollins. Doink! CM. Actually, strike that. Reverse it. Seth gets thrown out. Punk and Cena shake hands. Punk offered Cena a handshake. Odd. Cena does the angry face, pushes him back. Boot to the ball, denied. Thrown away by Punk. Up goes Cena, then doink. Briefcase shot. Down goes Punk. Cena climbs on top. In comes the ref. 1, 2, 3. And that is it. We are done. Cena just walks up the ramp with the belt slung around his back like, ha, 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 never in doubt. And scene. And that was pretty much it. A wild finish. A wild, chaotic sprint to the finish. And people are going to remember the last 10 minutes than the whole match altogether. So overall, that was one of the better John Cena matches we've had during his heel turn. But other than that, this was a fine show. It bridged things for SummerSlam. Only 2 championship matches on this show. So much for that whole Night of Champions moniker. And the Saudi fans didn't really give a lot of love to Jade Cargill, and the IWC really picked up on it. Yeah. Anyway, we're on the road to SummerSlam. We're off to Jersey. We're off to the place where Jimmy Hoffa's buried. And yeah, that's it. I thought it was a decent midsummer show, and we're off to SummerSlam, but we're also off to Evolution in 2 weeks, and looks like I'll be doing a video on that too. Thank you to everyone, and we'll see you at All In Texas. Catch you later.